Picture yourself settling into your favorite armchair as morning light filters through the curtains, ready to start the day with the calm confidence you've always valued. Maybe you reach for the newspaper or cradle a warm cup of tea, only to find your arms feel heavier than usual, your legs a bit less steady under you. It's not that you're slowing down by choice. Your spirit is as eager as ever, but something deep inside your cells has quietly shifted. What if the key to reclaiming that spring in your step isn't one more exercise routine or a complicated diet plan, but a single nutrient that most of us overlook? Today, we're uncovering the surprisingly simple secret that could turn those sluggish mornings into moments of renewed strength and independence. 1. CoQ10, coenzyme Q10. Among the myriad nutrients that quietly support our bodies as we age, CoQ10, or coenzyme Q10, occupies a place of subtle but profound importance, especially for maintaining the strength and endurance of aging muscles. Inside nearly every cell in our bodies lie tiny structures called mitochondria, often likened to power plants, because they generate the energy that fuels every movement we make, from lifting a coffee cup to rising unassisted from a favorite armchair. CoQ10 is the essential spark plug within those power plants. Without an adequate supply, the engines of our muscle cells begin to sputter, producing less energy and leaving us feeling fatigued, sluggish, or unexpectedly weak. While younger bodies manufacture CoQ10 naturally in sufficient quantities, production gradually diminishes over the decades, and by the time we reach our 70s, our levels may have declined by as much as 2/3. This decline can be further aggravated by the very medications that many of us rely on to protect our heart statins, because these drugs interfere with the same biochemical pathway that creates CoQ10. Consequently, it is not uncommon for older adults to attribute muscle aches, unexplained fatigue, or a mysterious lack of stamina to just getting older, when in fact a simple depletion of CoQ10 may be at the root of their discomfort. Restoring healthy CoQ10 levels can therefore feel like rediscovering a youthful spring in one step. Evidence suggests that a daily supplement of 100 to 200 milligrams can markedly improve cellular energy production, and for those already experiencing pronounced weakness or on statin therapy, doses up to 300 milligrams may prove even more beneficial. Because CoQ10 occurs naturally in foods such as organ meats, fatty fish, and whole grains, diet contributes some of the nutrient, yet the amounts present in ordinary meals are rarely sufficient to counteract age-related losses. A single serving of liver or salmon provides only a fraction of what clinical studies recommend, and few of us would relish consuming these in the volumes necessary to meet therapeutic levels. Selecting a high-quality CoQ10 supplement is therefore the most practical and reliable way to ensure consistent intake. Look for formulations designed to maximize bioavailability, as older digestive systems may absorb nutrients less efficiently, such as those paired with natural absorption enhancers, or presented in oil-based or solubilized forms that mimic the nutrient's fat-soluble nature. Over time, regular supplementation can translate into muscles that recover more quickly after daily activities, less vulnerability to everyday fatigue, and a renewed ability to enjoy pursuits that may have grown more challenging. Gardening, walking with friends in the park, lifting grandchildren, or simply standing without hesitation become more comfortable and secure when our muscle cells possess the energy to sustain them. Moreover, increasing CoQ10 supports not only muscle health, but also cardiovascular vigor and mental clarity, often alleviating the brain fog and low energy that can accompany its deficiency. In embracing CoQ10 as a gentle ally, older adults can reclaim a degree of control over their physical vitality, transforming what might feel like the inevitable slowing of age into a manageable phase of life. By replenishing this critical coenzyme each morning, one nurtures every cell's capacity to work efficiently, fostering a sustained sense of independence and well-being. Rather than viewing fading strength as an unavoidable sign of aging, we can regard CoQ10 supplementation as a small, science-backed step that empowers our muscle sand, our whole cell vesto, perform with resilience and grace, throughout the golden years. 2. Vitamin D. When we think of vitamin D, most of us immediately picture strong bones and healthy teeth, but few realize that this sunshine vitamin plays an equally vital role in keeping our muscles robust and, perhaps more importantly, steady throughout our later years. Imagine waking up each morning with the confidence to rise unassisted, step firmly out of bed, and walk across the room without that familiar wobble or hesitancy. That sense of security begins at the cellular level, where vitamin D acts as a key that unlocks specialized receptors embedded in muscle tissue. When these receptors receive their daily measure of vitamin D, they help orchestrate the intricate dance of muscle contraction and relaxation, allowing us to lift a grocery bag, rise from a favorite chair, or navigate an uneven sidewalk with grace and control. Without enough of this nutrient, those muscle fibers lose some of their responsiveness. Movements become shaky, strength falters, and balance, already challenged by the natural effects of aging, grows more precarious. Clinical research confirms what many older adults intuitively feel. A steady intake of vitamin D can translate into fewer slips and stumbles. In one notable study, seniors who supplemented with vitamin D experienced a 20% reduction in their risk of falling. Think for a moment how transformative that can be. Instead of gingerly testing each step on an unfamiliar surface, you might square your shoulders, open your front door, and stride out into the fresh air, secure in the knowledge that your muscles have the support they need to respond quickly if you misstep. That sense of independence ripples through every aspect of daily life, from gardening and gentle exercise routines to the simple pleasure of dancing at a family gathering. After all, staying upright isn't just about avoiding injuries, it's about maintaining the freedom to participate fully in the rhythms of your own life. Yet, vitamin D deficiency remains surprisingly common among older adults. More than 40% of people over the age of 65 fail to meet the minimum threshold, and the problem is magnified for those who live in cloudy climates, spend most days indoors, or have mobility issues that limit their time in the sun. Even a diet rich in vitamin D fortified dairy products, fatty fish like salmon and tuna, or egg yolks may fall short of what our aging bodies require. As our skin loses some of its capacity to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight, and as we naturally spend fewer hours outside, reliance on dietary sources alone often leaves a critical gap. Left unaddressed, that gap silently weakens our muscle tone, erodes our stability, and contributes to the growing fear common in many older adults of stepping off a curb or navigating a flight of stairs. The good news is that bridging this gap need not be complicated. For most seniors, a daily supplement of 800 to 1.0 international units (IU) of vitamin D3 not only supports bone health but also fortifies muscle function and coordination. In cases where blood tests reveal particularly low levels, especially among those who have limited sun exposure, experts often recommend increasing the dosage to as much as 2.0 IU per day. Such amounts remain well within safe limits for long-term use and are far easier to absorb than relying solely on food or occasional sunbathing. Vitamin D3, the form most readily recognized and utilized by our bodies, is available in convenient soft gels, capsules, and even liquid drops. Soft gels provide a reliable, no-fuss approach, while drop formulations, such as those combined with a carrier oil, offer an excellent alternative for individuals who have difficulty swallowing pills or prefer adjustable dosing. In choosing a supplement, look for clear labeling that specifies vitamin D3 rather than the less active D2 form, and seek products that adhere to third-party purity testing. A small, daily ritual, placing a soft gel by your toothbrush or adding a drop or two to your morning tea, can ensure your muscles receive the steady nourishment they need to remain strong and coordinated. Over time, you may notice that everyday tasks which once required extra caution, from carrying laundry baskets to walking across the yard, feel more natural and less taxing on your body. Steadiness returns not as a rare occurrence but as an unremarkable part of each day. Ultimately, Embracing vitamin D supplementation is a powerful yet simple way to affirm your right to move freely and confidently, no matter your age. By nurturing those muscle receptors with a reliable source of sunshine vitamin, you invest in the stability that underpins every step literally of an active, engaged, and independent life. A modest daily dose of vitamin D3 can be the quiet but transformative ally that helps you stand tall, walk secure, and continue savoring each moment without the fear of an unexpected fall. In that sense, a tiny capsule or a few drops each morning becomes far more than a supplement. It becomes a steadfast companion on the journey of graceful aging. 3. Vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 often lives in the shadow of flashier nutrients, yet it plays an irreplaceable role in preserving the strength, coordination, and vitality that allow us to move through each day with confidence. As we grow older, our body's ability to extract this vital vitamin from the foods we eat gradually diminishes, leaving many seniors unknowingly vulnerable to a silent decline that begins with subtle, signal-slowing reflexes on an icy sidewalk, a hesitant step when rising from a chair, an unsteadiness that feels like an unexpected betrayal by one's own body. Vitamin B12 is the linchpin of a finely tuned communication network between brain and muscle. With every thought to reach for a teacup or to steady oneself on a walking path, electrical signals must traverse a network of nerve fiber sand. 12 is essential to maintaining the insulating myelin sheath that protects those fibers and ensures rapid, precise transmission. When 12 levels fall, this insulation frays, and our bodies begin to respond more slowly and less accurately to the demands we place upon them. But the impact of 12 deficiency extends beyond mere coordination. This remarkable vitamin is fundamental to the production of red blood cells, the tiny couriers that carry oxygen to every corner of our muscles. Without sufficient 12, red cell formation falters, and our muscle tissues, which rely on a steady oxygen supply to generate energy, start to feel weak, sluggish, and prone to fatigue. What may first appear to be a normal sign of a Jenga day of low energy, a struggle to climb a few stairs, can actually stem from an unseen shortage of this crucial nutrient. Compounding the problem, common medications prescribed for heartburn, acid reflux, or type 2 diabetes such as proton pump inhibitors and metformin can further disrupt B12 absorption, creating a perfect storm in which our bodies simply cannot access what's already present in our diet. Given these challenges, older adults often benefit from considering alternative delivery methods that bypass the digestive system altogether. Sublingual tablets and spray formulations allow B12 to enter the bloodstream directly through the tissues under the tongue, ensuring that the vitamin reaches the places where it is most needed without being lost in a gastrointestinal system that may no longer absorb nutrients as efficiently as it once did. Products such as Jarrow Formula's Methyl B12 lozenges or Garden of Life's Raw B12 spray have gained a strong following among seniors, precisely because they address the absorption hurdle head-on. By making B12 supplementation a simple part of a morning routine, whether a quick dissolve under the tongue or a few gentle mist-solder, adults can safeguard their neurological and muscular health in a way that traditional pills cannot match. Of course, food remains an important source of B12. Lean meats, fish, dairy, and fortified cereals all contribute to daily intake. Yet even a balanced diet rich in these items may not guarantee optimal levels, especially when our digestive capacity has waned with time. Taking charge of our B12 status means embracing both dietary sources and targeted supplementation, guided by periodic blood tests and conversations with healthcare providers. Monitoring B12 levels allows for personalized adjustments, perhaps a slight increase on days when our energy flags, or a temporary boost during periods of illness or stress, when the body's need for red blood cell production and nerve repair can spike. By recognizing vitamin B12's central role in sustaining balance, strength, and endurance, we reclaim a sense of mastery over our physical capabilities. No longer must we attribute every tremor or momentary lapse in steadiness to the inexorable march of time. Instead, we can view B12 supplementation as a proven strategy to fortify the very foundations of our muscular and nervous systems. As the insulated pathways of our nerves stay healthy and our red blood cells continue to deliver life-giving oxygen, we move more confidently, stand more securely, and engage more fully in the moments that matter. Whether that means sharing a lively conversation over afternoon tea, tending to a beloved garden, or simply taking a stroll under the morning sun. In doing so, we transform what might have felt like the inevitable softening of age into an opportunity for sustained resilience, proving that, with the right support, our bodies can continue to serve us well, step after steady step, throughout the years ahead. 4. Vitamin C. Vitamin C often evokes memories of steaming mugs of orange juice at the first sign of a cold, but its benefits extend far beyond supporting the immune system, especially for aging muscles that depend on a sturdy internal framework and protection against everyday wear and tear. Within each muscle fiber lies a complex scaffolding made of collagen, the protein that gives muscles their shape, elasticity, and resilience. Without sufficient vitamin C, our bodies struggle to assemble and repair this collagen framework, and as a result, muscle tissue loses some of its natural suppleness. Over time, that can translate into the sensation of stiffness when you rise from a seated position, the slight twinge in your limbs after a leisurely stroll, or the difficulty of gripping a gardening tool as firmly as you once did. By ensuring a steady intake of vitamin C, seniors can help maintain the structural integrity of their muscles, preserving the freedom to lift grandchildren without hesitation, carry groceries with confidence, or simply navigate a familiar stairway without pause. Vitamin C's reach goes further still. It acts as a frontline defender against oxidative stress, the molecular damage wrought by unstable free radicals that accumulate in our bodies as we age. Think of oxidative stress as the invisible friction that gradually erodes muscle cells, making them slower to recover and more susceptible to injury. When free radicals outnumber the body's natural antioxidants, muscles can become inflamed, weak, and tender symptoms many older adults dismiss as just part of getting older. Yet research has shown that regularly supplying vitamin C can bolster antioxidant defenses, quelling inflammation at the cellular level and giving muscle tissue a greater capacity for repair. This protective effect helps each movement feel smoother and less taxing, whether reaching for a shelf in the kitchen or taking a gentle afternoon walk through the neighborhood. Beyond collagen and antioxidants, vitamin C plays a pivotal role in synthesizing carnitine, a compound essential for converting stored fat into usable energy. In simpler terms, carnitine helps fuel our muscles with the most abundant energy source in the body fat so that even modest exertion can feel more manageable. For someone who has noticed an abrupt decline in stamina perhaps, finding that a short trip to the mailbox leaves them out of breath-boosting vitamin C intake can spark a meaningful improvement in daily endurance. As carnitine production ramps up, muscles gain an enhanced ability to tap into fuel stores, reducing that heavy, sluggish sensation that sometimes follows routine activities. Despite its clear importance, vitamin C deficiency is surprisingly common among older adults. Busy schedules, dental issues that make fresh fruits and vegetables less appealing, or simply the habit of relying on familiar meals can all contribute to inadequate consumption. While citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, tomatoes, and broccoli are natural and delicious sources, it can be hard to eat enough of these every single day, especially when you factor in seasonal availability or dietary restrictions. That's why many healthcare professionals recommend a supplement, especially one formulated for optimal absorption. Products like Flora Research Vitamin C with flavonoids combine vitamin C with plant compounds that improve uptake and prolong its benefits in the bloodstream, while liposomal formulations, such as Live On Labs Vitamin C, encapsulate the nutrient in tiny, fat-based particles that can be absorbed up to 98% more effectively than traditional powder or tablet forms. Incorporating vitamin C into a daily routine need not be complicated. A simple soft gel alongside breakfast, A sachet stirred into water at mid-morning, or a few drops of liquid formula under the tongue, can ensure consistent levels throughout the day. Over time, users often report that their muscles feel less prone to tightness, their recovery from light exercise is quicker, and that general sense of vitality returns, a welcome change that translates into greater confidence when facing the small challenges of everyday life. Whether it's lifting a watering can without wincing, strolling across the room without second-guessing each step, or simply opening a jar with ease, these regained abilities underscore how a modest change in nutritional support can have an outsized impact on quality of life. At its core, adding vitamin C is about more than staving off colds. It's about embracing a proactive strategy to protect, strengthen, and energize aging muscles from the inside out. By weaving this essential nutrient into meals or supplements, older adults can help safeguard the collagen scaffolding of their muscle fibers, neutralize destructive free radicals, and unlock a steady stream of energy. The result is a body better equipped to meet the demands of daily living, with greater flexibility, resilience, and endurance. In turning a simple supplement into a trusted ally, seniors affirm their right to move through life with strength, grace, and a renewed sense of independence, proof that vibrant muscle health need not fade as the years go by. 5. Magnesium. Magnesium quietly earns its reputation as an unsung hero of muscle health. Yet its influence is nothing short of transformative for those of us navigating the challenges of aging. Picture the subtle dance of muscular contraction and relaxation that happens each time you rise from a comfortable armchair or lift a watering can to nurture your garden. Behind that graceful coordination lies magnesium's steady hand, guiding the conversion of electrical impulses into motion and ensuring that muscles neither seize up nor falter. When magnesium levels dip too low, it is as though a vital conductor has abandoned the orchestra mid-performance. Cramps strike unexpectedly, stiffness settles into limbs, and a simple walk down the hallway can feel like dragging weights with each step. For many older adults, these painful interruptions of daily life are all too familiar, yet few realize that a mineral deficiency could lie at the root. Beyond its role in modulating muscle tone, magnesium serves as a key architect in the body's energy factories. In the microscopic realm of cellular bioenergetics, magnesium participates directly in the creation of adenosine triphosphate, ATP, the molecule that fuels every muscular contraction, from brushing teeth to climbing stairs. Without sufficient magnesium, ATP production slows, and muscles become starved of the energy they require to perform basic tasks, leading to that pervasive sense of fatigue that can shadow even routine activities. Imagine setting out on a morning stroll but feeling your legs complain with each step, as though they lack the vigor they once held. Restoring magnesium levels can often feel like rediscovering a reservoir of stamina you assumed had vanished forever. Adding to its repertoire of benefits, magnesium also plays a pivotal role in protein synthesis, the process by which our bodies repair and rebuild muscle fibers after stress or minor injury. As we age, the natural breakdown of muscle tissue accelerates, and without a reliable supply of magnesium to support regeneration, this breakdown outpaces rebuilding, leading to gradual muscle loss and a shrinking capacity for strength. By prioritizing adequate magnesium, whether through a diet rich in leafy green vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, and whole grains, or through targeted supplementation, older adults give their bodies the raw materials needed to mend and fortify muscles, promoting a firmer, more resilient physique over time. Yet despite its importance, more than 60% of seniors fail to meet even the basic recommended intake. Medications commonly prescribed to manage high blood pressure, heartburn, or insomnia suck, as certain diuretics and antacids can interfere with magnesium absorption or accelerate its excretion, placing older adults at even greater risk of deficiency. Add to this the challenges some face with dietary restrictions or reduced appetites, and the result is a widespread, often overlooked shortfall that silently undermines mobility and quality of life. Fortunately, addressing this gap need not be daunting. Healthcare professionals frequently recommend magnesium glycinate as an ideal supplement form for older adults, owing to its gentle effect on the digestive system and superior bioavailability. A daily dose aligned with general guidelines, 320 milligrams for women and 420 milligrams for men, can help re-establish a healthy baseline, though those experiencing persistent cramps or weakness may find modestly higher amounts beneficial under medical supervision. Integrating a supplement into a morning routine, perhaps alongside breakfast tea or a favorite yogurt, ensures consistency without adding complexity to daily life. As magnesium levels normalize, many seniors report a profound sense of relief. Nighttime leg cramps diminish, morning stiffness dissipates, and a newfound lightness in movement replaces the dragged-down sensation of earlier days. Simple pleasures, from tending a flower bed to walking hand-in-hand with a grandchild, regain their ease, reaffirming the body's capacity for grace and strength. By nurturing their magnesium status, older adults reclaim a fundamental pillar of musculoskeletal health, transforming what could be an inevitable slide into frailty, into a managed, even revivified stage of life. In this way, the modest mineral magnesium becomes more than just a supplement. It emerges as a steadfast ally, empowering individuals to move with confidence, comfort, and the enduring spirit of independence. 6. Creatine. Creatine may sound like the exclusive domain of young athletes or bodybuilders, but its potential as a powerful ally for older adults is both surprising and transformative. At its core, creatine serves as a rapid response energy reservoir for muscle cells, replenishing the adenosine triphosphate, ATP, that fuels every contraction and movement we perform. From the simple act of standing up from a chair to the more dynamic effort of climbing a flight of stairs. As we age, our muscles' capacity to generate and sustain this burst of energy naturally declines, contributing to the everyday fatigue and slowed reactions that can erode confidence and independence. By introducing a modest daily dose of creatine, typically 3 to 5 grams of a high-purity, micronized creatine monohydrate, older adults can help restore that vital ATP reserve, enabling muscles to respond with greater vigor and resilience to the demands of daily life. But creatine's benefits extend far beyond quick energy replenishment. It also activates satellite cells, the specialized progenitor cells responsible for repairing and building new muscle tissue. In younger individuals, these satellite cells spring into action readily after exercise or minor muscle stress, but their activity wanes over time. Research shows that supplementing with creatine can boost satellite cell activity by up to 35% in seniors, effectively reigniting the body's natural muscle regeneration machinery. One well-controlled study found that older adults who combined low-intensity resistance training with creatine supplementation gained an average of 2.2 pounds of lean muscle mass and improved their strength by 14% in just 12 weeks, results that translate into real-world benefits, such as easier lifting of grocery bags, more confident transitions from sitting to standing, and a steadier, more assured stride. While creatine occurs naturally in foods like red meat and fish, obtaining therapeutic levels solely through diet would require consuming 2 to 2.5 pounds of beef daily, an impractical and often unaffordable proposition for many. A supplement, by contrast, provides a simple, cost-effective way to ensure consistent intake without placing undue strain on digestion or appetite. Opting for a micronized form enhances solubility and absorption, minimizing any digestive discomfort and maximizing the amount of creatine that ultimately reaches muscle tissue. For seniors who may be apprehensive about adding another pill to their routine, creatine powder can be easily mixed into a morning beverage or smoothie, seamlessly integrating into existing habits. Over time, the cumulative effect of improved energy delivery and enhanced muscle repair can transform everyday experiences. Tasks that once felt daunting, such as lifting a grandchild into your arms, tending a garden bed, or navigating an incline on a neighborhood walk, become more manageable, restoring a sense of capability and autonomy. Beyond muscle, creatine also supports cognitive function by ensuring that the brain's high-energy demands are met, potentially counteracting the mental fatigue and fog that often accompany aging. Moreover, creatine has been shown to promote bone health by enhancing the mechanical stress signals that encourage bone-forming cells to lay down new tissue, further safeguarding mobility and reducing fracture risk. Of course, as with any supplement, it is wise to discuss creatine use with a healthcare provider, especially for individuals with existing kidney concerns or those taking medications that could interact with increased protein turnover. However, extensive research has demonstrated that when used at recommended doses, creatine monohydrate is both safe and well tolerated. Embracing creatine supplementation is not about chasing the aesthetics of youth. It is about reclaiming the functional strength and confidence that allow older adults to engage fully in the activities they cherish. By bolstering the very processes that underlie energy production, muscle repair, and cellular resilience, creatine offers a science-backed strategy to counteract age-related decline and foster a more vibrant, independent lifestyle. In the journey of graceful aging, it stands as a quietly potent aid, empowering muscles and minds to perform with renewed vitality and ensuring that each day's possibilities remain within reach. Now that you know how this hidden vitamin supports every lift, step, and smile, it's time to make it part of your daily ritual. Imagine the relief of dancing at family gatherings, gardening with ease, or simply standing tall without hesitation. These aren't distant dreams, but within reach when you give your muscles the nourishment they've been begging for. Have you felt the subtle weight of fatigue lift after adding this nutrient into your routine? Share your experience in the comments below, and if you're hungry for more science-backed tips to keep your body energized and your mind sharp, hit subscribe and ring the bell. We've got a lineup of simple yet powerful strategies coming up that will help you thrive at every age. Your strongest self is closer than you think. Let's take the next step together.